10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Fuel community. My name is Whack Whack Attack. Today is May 5th, and we've got a whole lot of really exciting stuff. Starting with this one, the most exciting thing that I've been raving about like a fangirl or a fanboy, whatever, for a while. Here we have a tweet from Mark Zeller who says, "Okay, friends, back to work, leaving alpha in plain sight as no one reads it anyway." So of course, Mark works with Aave, and he's a founder of Aave DAO, as it says here in his bio, and aavechan.eth.limo. There's information there if you want to go check it out. But Mark basically is kind of showing the way to Aave integrations and what's coming up with Aave. And here he says a short-term roadmap. First thing on the list is rETH eMode. Now, rETH eMode, of course, is a way of depositing rETH and getting ETH in return at an extremely good rate. Normally, the loan to value is 90%, or even sometimes higher than that. That means that you can deposit your rETH and get ETH in return, and doing that multiple times, you can really drive up your rewards for your rETH, which is going to be wonderful. It's going to help us mint potentially hundreds of thousands of rETH, and I think the demand is there for that, and that would be truly amazing. So the next thing here we have is something that it says here, RPL temperature check. Now, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I'm very excited to see that Mark is not only integrating rETH, but also looking to integrate RPL. I think they're building products around the whole of the Rocket Pool ecosystem. I don't know what borrowing lending form is that is going to take and how that's going to work, but it's definitely something that I'm going to keep big eyes on and really follow that along. Any information I get about that, I'm definitely going to look at that. The next one is really interesting as well. I think this is going to be huge, is that eMode crank up parameters. So as I was just saying, the loan to value numbers, if they're 90%, you can maximally loop your you can fold your stake 10 times, and if you have it at 95%, you can do it 20 times, and if you have it at 97%, you can do it 33 times. So you can really so that the way that works is then 1 ETH can be used to mint 33 rETH potentially, which is just phenomenal. It's absurd, the kind of things that you can get out of that. This is one of the ways that Lido was able to literally mint millions of their ST-ETH, is because of the integration with Aave came really early and it was really strong. And now hopefully there's appetite there for rETH in the same way. I don't see why there won't be. I think at a certain point, the rewards that you earn and the fees that you pay for borrowing that ETH kind of balances out. But hopefully that will be when there's a whole lot of rETH that's been minted. So there's a bunch of other things here as well. There's Ondo, FUSDC temperature check, MyArb on OP AIP, Go, LST supply caps, BUSD swap and risk parameters phase 2, ETHX temperature check, and V1 offboard. So there's a whole lot of stuff here that that Mark will be working on. But those, the first three things are what I'm most excited about, and I'm really looking to see how that is going to impact what happens with us. I really think that this idea of the queue being never ending is going to end really, really quickly as soon as we get eMode, because there's at least 100,000 ETH worth of demand there, minimum. I can say that without a doubt. Basically, that will be taken up very, very quickly. After that point, the queue will be clear, and then it's a matter of seeing whether the whales in our communities will be moving over to LEB8s, and if they do, then we'll have a whole nother queue, and I think that's going to get eaten up really quickly too. And then we'll be crying for node operators, and we will be asking for LEB4s. So, this is really exciting moment. Like this, getting eMode, I think, is going to be the first step towards like we've already seen the hockey stick growth, right? Getting eMode is going to like just boost that like so many levels up, because it's going to balance out the other side. Like right now we have too many node operators. With the eMode, we'll be in a position where we have too much rETH demand. And that's going to be really exciting. Of course, you know, there's at least a few 100,000 rETH demand left from the existing node operators switching to LEB8s. Once that happens, and once that reaches a saturation point, then I think the eMode demand will still be there, whereas then we'll be struggling for node operators again. But of course the metrics are different now, right? Like with each node operator that comes, instead of just lifting 16 ETH of rETH, they can lift 3 times more than they were before. So if they bring their 16 ETH for their node, they can now lift 42, sorry, more than that, they can lift 48 rETH, which will make a huge difference as well to absorbing that demand. So this is incredibly exciting. Mark is my personal hero, even though I've never spoken to him, but I really love the work he's doing, and I'm really happy to see that this is working out really nicely. I guess it's just got to get through a couple of votes. It might take a month, maybe 6 weeks to get all this through, and I'm hoping that it's a smooth process. But Mark seems like he's a huge fan of rETH and of the Rocket Pool ecosystem, especially with this RPL temp check that is right here, like number 2 on the list. So I'm not sure exactly what form that's going to take, but that's definitely something I'm excited about, because yeah, it just makes it look like Mark is a fan of Rocket Pool, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, let's move on to some really big news that happened yesterday. Is we got Invis back into the Rocket Pool Discord, which was really great to see. So Invis says, I'm new here, by the way, please no harsh words. So people just like really happy that Invis was back, and a whole lot of people like, you know, welcomed him back with open arms, and people were kind of making jokes, but that's like whatever. But like you know, people saying welcome back, mornings have been dead without you, spamming, that's Ishka, and others were saying like, I can't think of anything interesting that's happened in the past few months. And yeah, just people just like really happy to see Invis back, and it's nice that Invis is back. So of course, you know, Invis never really stepped away, right? He's still been working on Rocket Watch that whole time, and like doing really awesome work, just like we covered last week with the new TVL bot. Like he's still working and he's still doing good stuff, and he's just going to carry on with that, I guess. So it's nice to have him back, and I welcomed him back yesterday in the Discord, but I'd like to say here as well, welcome back, Invis. Okay, so we've had like this really nice milestone hit yesterday, where we now have 3% of all Ethereum validators are now Rocket Pool validators, which is really wonderful to see. Of course, you know, we have a whole lot more waiting to come online, but this number is growing. Like we're getting a slightly bigger part of the pie, and I really think that this number is going to grow more as the year goes on. Hopefully, yeah, I really see that happening. So Rocket Pool Lido flipping, this is like some really nice numbers here on the Rocket Scan website, and you know, the total number of validators is here, Rocket Pool validators is here. Of course, we've got a whole lot waiting to come online, so that number is going to go up as well. And then Lido's market share is 33.46%, and Rocket Pool market share is 3%. So we are 9% of the way towards flipping Lido. So just a casual, you know, 10x needed there. But of course, as Lido implement their withdrawals, I think that's going to be a really interesting moment to see how we are able to take some of their market share. I can honestly, like, I'm seeing that very soon is that we'll need more node operators, and we thankfully have a whole lot waiting. You know, there's still potentially about 10,000 new validators worth of conversions that we can do, which would be really great to see as well. So yeah, this is really beautiful that Rocket Pool is growing so nicely, and this is I think this number is definitely is going to grow a lot in the next coming months, and definitely okay. Next we have Benjamin Cowan here, who's I have a very love-hate relationship with Benjamin Cowan. So Benjamin Cowan has a YouTube channel called Into the Cryptoverse. He's one of the bigger crypto YouTubers, where he does kind of like chart analysis in a sense, and looking back at patterns and trying to like project onto current patterns. And there are a few things that people in the Ethereum community really kind of get wound up by Ben's comments about like Ethereum going home. He's of the mindset that Ethereum is still going to go down to around between $400 and $600, and he calls that going home, maybe 800. But he thinks that there'll be new lows for Ethereum before we see a new all-time high. He also thinks that Ethereum is going to bleed a lot on the BTC ratio, and that it is going to basically not be good times in the next 6 months before, like, he thinks we're going to see a new lower low in the next 6 months, next 6 to 8 months, as we lead into the Bitcoin halving. And he shows chart data from the past to kind of like make his case. Now people I think just don't like Ben for a lot of reasons, but they still watch his channel, right? They still subscribe like I am, and they still watch like I do. But he had this interesting chart last week, and this is part of his case that he's making that all alts would bleed towards Bitcoin, and he includes Ethereum in that as well. But he has this chart. I don't know if you can see all of it. On the very left we have this is the performance for the last 60 days, and the average return on investment is 28%, I think. Oh no, Bitcoin, sorry. A return on investment is 28%. So if you look at what has happened since then, these are for the top 50 cryptos. Bitcoin is number 1, and then Rocket Pool is number 2 behind Bitcoin, and then we have XRP, and then Ethereum as number 4, getting 20+% returns on investment. So Rocket Pool is the second best performing alt. Well, I guess if you want to call Bitcoin an alt or not, but it's very, very strong performing over the last 60 days. And of course we know that because our portfolios have gone up very nicely in that time. The interesting thing to see is that on the bottom right over here, you've got Lido as the worst performing of the top 50 cryptos in the last 60 days as well. So I know that these time frames are kind of arbitrary. You can pick whatever 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, whatever time period you choose will present a different narrative. But just from this snapshot, it's really interesting to see that Rocket Pool has performed so strongly and Lido has performed so badly. A whole lot of people are talking about Lido performance, Lido's token performance, and a bunch of VCs are selling and unlocking and stuff. So there's a lot of question marks around Lido at the moment. I think it might be there's bearish sentiment about their withdrawals as well, which is maybe one of the reasons why we haven't heard anything about when their withdrawals are coming. They're supposed to be here in May, but we've not heard of anything about when that will be. But it's really interesting that the Rocket Pool token has performed so well in this time. I'm surprised that it's actually second to Bitcoin. I thought it might have been above Bitcoin, but yeah, there was definitely moments where it was strongly above Bitcoin in that time. But as of this data that Ben Cowan presented, it was a little bit behind. So yeah, there's a whole video that he made about it as well, about this chart. So if you are interested in watching that, then go ahead and do that. Okay, so then here we have this more information, right? It says, why was Rocket Pool the only LST governance token to see increase in on-chain trading volume through April? Let's take a look at the performance of LDO, RPL, and Frax's token through April and see how some metrics have dropped significantly while others are way up. Read on. So here we have a tweet thread from Blockpour who compare the LDO token, Frax's token, and the RPL token, and showing how trading volumes have changed. They've gone down or up, and what's happening with prices and stuff in that time. So here it says, the downward trend on trading volume has been clearly set as cumulative volume dropped 49% month on month, which has dropped every month since February. despite the recent all-time high for RPL and significant update from Frax, on-chain trade counts have decreased by 36% month on month. And then there's a whole bunch of information here about like outflows and inflows, and how that leads to sell pressure, and the trading volume across different prices, and all of this kind of stuff. So this is like a nice thread comparing a lot of data between these projects. So if you are interested in having a look at that, definitely check out this thread. Here it says the RPL token from Rocket Pool. So I think that's, yeah. Okay, yeah. So on-chain volume increased by 35%. There was a huge 259% increase in 24 hours on April 16th for 2 days, and that coincided with the launch of its Atlas upgrade. Average trade size was relatively stagnant, while trade count increased 16% month on month. So Rocket Pool's performing really well here compared to similar tokens, and I think that's just the beginning. I think we've got a really good few months ahead for us, especially once eMode comes through. Okay, next we had this information. Wait, this is not the right. Oh yeah, okay. So here we had sorry, give me a second. I was scrolling and reading and I didn't go back to my original spot. So it seems like more users are having issues. Here we have Sonixia.eth who shared a screenshot of an email from Beacon Chain saying that your validator missed the proposal, and the same issue as yesterday that we talked about on Rocket Fuel. It seems like there's other people that it's impacting too. So people are trying to figure out, is it Nimbus, and Sonixia is using Nethermind Nimbus and block native. It looked like that's what the thing is, and then there's a whole discussion taking part in node operators where there's a Nimbus problem basically with MEV Boost. Rollback might be an option, but some people said even rolling back might not fix it. Disabling MEV Boost seems to be the one thing that is working. So if you are on Nimbus, I'm not here to tell you, if you're on Nimbus, like go do this right now. I think it's a very small issue. It's not really impacted that many people, but it definitely has impacted a bunch of people. So here Yorick had an update from Nimbus saying, hey, quick update on the block production issue. We found a problem in the newly introduced bid comparison feature, leading to invalid blocks being published to the relay. We are testing the fix with a release expected ASAP. As part of the fix and verification, we're adding coverage to this scenario, our pre-release test environment, to ensure we don't run into this problem again. Thanks for everyone for your patience and logs. So it seems like Nimbus are trying to figure that out. So yeah, definitely check about your MEV boost, because it would not be nice if you missed the block. But I don't think it's impacting everyone. As soon as I have a clear picture on what's going on, or if Joe or someone else provides an update, please let me know and I'll share that with all of you. Okay, so here we had a bunch of like there's more coverage in the news from about Rocket Pool. So Cryptonews here has best crypto to buy now May 4th, Rocket Pool, Stacks and Render. So there's more TA and price analysis, all that kind of stuff, and they are talking about RPL and saying that it's a good buy. So of course take these kind of articles with a grain of salt, like a huge spoonful of salt, but here it says, Rocket Pool has recently experienced a surge in its price, making 7.8% gain on yesterday's candle close. This price movement effectively concludes a consolidation trend that followed a sharp correction in RPL's value. The Ethereum Chapella upgrade, which introduced enhancements to Ethereum staking, has played a significant role in influencing Rocket Pool's performance. The correction served to balance the significant rally that RPL experienced due to Ethereum Chapella upgrade. As a result, Rocket Pool has seen net inflows amounting to $68 million, solidifying its position as leading staking provider in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Over the past 2 days, RPL's price has experienced an approximate 13% increase, rebounding from the Fibonacci 0.786 level and the 50-day exponential moving average, the EMA. This upward movement has allowed RPL to break free from the price consolidation channel, which ranged from 44 to 49. The price surge presents an opportunity for RPL to re-establish a bullish trend. And then there's more information there. So if you are interested in following TA stuff, there's a whole lot of TA. Of course, my favorite TA in the crypto space is from Moon. You can read that on a thread that is under trading called Moon's Elliott Waves. A whole lot of people like to talk about trading in there, so you can definitely go and check that out. Moon gives these charts, or that's Hodger giving that information, but Moon tends to be late at night on weekdays. They're here 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, so he mostly uses Elliott waves to give those charts their information. And he's saying look at Rocket Pool Go, the RPL token Go. The next critical level we talked about yesterday, 0.272. If this holds, we'll be well on our way to 0.029, and then into the 0.03s again to challenge the all-time high. Of course, today we've had a little bit of slowing down in terms of the price, but the foundations are there, I guess. If you follow TA, then this is definitely a place for you to go check that out, because Moon's doing some really good stuff. So thank you, Moon. Nice little shout out for you there. Okay, so a new day, a new rETH integration here. Swiss Staking AG say, hey Rocket Pool, there's a proposal draft on the Commonwealth to incentivize rETH pools on EV MOS org to bootstrap liquidity. If approved, it might start the week of 22nd of May using Reaver Finance version 3 staker contracts, bridging through Axel Core. So I have no idea what a bunch of these things are, but here they're saying that they've got up to $285,000 for incentives for rETH pools. So that might be something that some of the more degen among you might be interested in, providing liquidity to get some of those rewards. And they have asked for a boost from me as well. So here I am boosting their little proposal here. I hope it passes. We love rETH liquidity in different places. Of course, I've never used this pool. I've never used this service. I'm not much of a DeFi user, as I've told you guys over and over again. So please interact with these smart contracts at your own risk. Do your own research and figure out if this is worth it for you. But there might be some nice APRs there for you if you take that option. Okay, next we had this thing yesterday from Flashstake. So I mentioned Flashstake a few days ago, where they will give you your rETH rewards up front. So they've got a new tease here yesterday saying, any guesses what this could be? And then there's soon emoji with the eyes and a face. So they've got a logo on the screen for those of you who are listening, and it's kind of the Flashstake logo and the Rocket Pool logo kind of made into a hybrid. So there's talking about maybe some kind of further integration or some kind of development, but I don't know what it is. But it looks like they've got some news coming soon. Let me have a quick look at their Twitter to see if they've given an update on that. No, that's the most recent thing. So hey, I'm announcing an announcement, so I'm sorry about that, but maybe there'll be some actual news there coming soon. Okay, and finally we've got this thing from Yorick, who gave an update about Nethermind. He says that Nethermind version 1.18 online prune results, it just took under 6 hours, and the memory didn't go above 23 gig of RAM used total, including Lighthouse and the OS. And he says then they use the tag pruning, full pruning memory budget, and then there was a amount that he put there, 16.3 84. It says sync committee participation didn't yell at me with 3 threads. It feels good. It feels very, very good. So the Nethermind online pruning seems to be getting good results. So if you are on Nethermind, then I think, I'm not sure if you can use that now or if you'll be using that soon, but that I think is a nice feature to have if you are using Nethermind. Okay, so on that note, that's all my updates for today. I'll be back on Monday with my usual Monday bumper episode, but I hope you all have a lovely weekend ahead, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye.